more than half of my clients are billionaires. Hotels prefer to work with us too, because if you book through online, they don't know how to give them a special experience when they stay. If we book through that, they will come to us and say, hey, what can we provide?
What are some of the trends that you are seeing this year? What are your clients excited about? Where are they going?
To Africa to see the animals close up. They love that. Nowadays, the high-end travel really is very luxurious, including the prices. I think it's 2-3 times more than before COVID.
If a client comes to you and they're deciding between two properties or two places or two experiences, you know that one has just gotten more expensive without a lot of value. Would you tell them, don't do this, do this? Welcome to a very special episode of Somewhere in New York. I lost my co-host, Joseph Pullen, but I've gained Wayne Yeh, who is the CEO of Hong Kong and New York-based Champ Travel. Wayne, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Very well. It's my birthday today.
It is a birthday that I was not told about, that you were keeping secret.
Yeah.
But it's a big one, and you have some special plans. We're in Times Square.
We are going to see a Broadway show tonight, The Wicked.
Wicked.
Yes. Amazing.
What are the most popular Broadway shows with your clients?
So when Hamilton was popular back in the days, that was popular. Many clients wanted to get tickets.
Book of Mormon?
Yeah, it's been running for a long time, so I think most of them have seen it.
Yeah.
Sunset Boulevard was
fantastic. We were just talking about that before we started recording. Yeah, Nicole Scherzinger, incredible.
She killed it.
So our podcast is typically about real estate, but today Wayne is here to talk about travel because real estate and travel are closely linked. And some of the biggest trends in real estate, and I'm interested, and we can talk about this in a little bit, see if you're seeing these as well, are people want to bring their home wherever they are in the world, and people bring inspiration from their travels into their home. And so I think the bounds of what it means to be at home are being blurred. It's no longer, I have one home base, and when I'm outside in the world traveling, I'm at a hotel typically, and it's very separate. Now people want the same experience. They want the same luxuries. They want the same service and comforts of home wherever they are. And people have many more homes that they navigate around and enjoy. So that's why we're here. We're talking about where travel and real estate intersect. We just hosted a big event, the Waldorf Astoria here in New York, which was fantastic. And that was what we talked about too, in addition to the kind of not rise. Travel advisory and travel agents have been around for a long time, but the resurgence of the travel advisor industry. So we'll get into all of that today. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Sound good. Well, to kick off, we just had this event at the Waldorf Astoria. And for those who don't know, the Waldorf in New York just underwent a 80
years, 2 billion. Yeah, I think it was 80 years. 10 years? 10 years. Okay. 80.
I thought you said 80. I was like, that's a long renovation. No,
80 years.
10-year, $2 billion renovation.
Yes.
And they decreased the number of rooms by about 2/3, right?
Yes, only 300 plus now.
And it's kind of reinvented itself as the new New York icon. And I think about the Waldorf in the same way as the travel industry. I'd love to get your take on that. You know, what's old is new again. People think about travel agents as maybe someone that your parents call to help them book tickets, something from the 70s and 80s. And now, particularly at the ultra high end of the spectrum, travel advisors, using that word very specifically, are so much more. I mean, they're an integral part of people's life team, how they, just like a concierge doctor or an assistant, Would you agree with that? Like, what are you seeing with your clients? How has your business evolved? And maybe before we get into that, tell us about your business.
Sure.
How did it start? What do you offer?
A lot of questions. Okay, sure. So my name is Wayne Yeh. I am from Taiwan. I was born there. I grew up in New Zealand, and then I worked in Hong Kong for most of my life before I moved to New York 3.5 years ago. I started this company in Hong Kong. It's we call it more like lifestyle management. I actually later found out the actual term for this, because concierge to people is like hotel concierge help you to book restaurants and I don't know, show tickets. Back to the beginning of the podcast, a lot of our clients, when they constantly visit a place like New York or St. Moritz, after a few years, they really love that place and they decide to buy a property there. So that's really the trend, to take your home. I don't know what you said, wherever you travel to. Yeah. So they don't book hotels through us anymore, but it's nice that they have a permanent place there. And then also we do more than travel. We still help them to manage their lives.
But you've introduced them to that place that they now own a home through your travel experiences that you curated for them.
Yes. Whenever they used to go there like frequently for long stays and book a few suites in the top hotels. And then after a few years, they decided to have their own place there.
So for people who use we'll start on the travel side. Okay. People who use your travel advisory business, what are the type of services that you provide? What kind of offerings do you have, and why would someone want to use Champ Travel?
So we are a member-based company. So for our members, they have access to our travel services or concierge lifestyle management services together. And then I think the difference, the value add is that we have a team. So the client will be added to their preferred chat group, whether it's on Telegram, Signal, WhatsApp, and 24/7 there will be people available. And whatever request they have, they can just they don't really call us. They just send a request in the group, and then somebody will help them fulfill that.
24/7.
24/7. New Year's, Christmas Day, doesn't matter. And I think the difference is that even with like Amex Black Cards and Touring Card, you still have to call a hotline and you still have to explain your stories and all that. But here, everybody's on top of it. You don't have to explain anything because whoever is on shift, they know exactly what this client is up to.
Right.
Yeah.
How do you get to know your clients well when someone new comes to become a member? What sorts of questions do you ask? How do you get to know them?
Okay, so this is like I don't know if I can say this, like more than half of my clients are billionaires. I think they're just, they hang out with each other. So my clients are mostly by referral.
Right.
So if it's referred by a client of mine, then they kind of vetted this new member for me. So we have I call onboarding call or something easy to just to chit chat, it's very casually, and to know about his needs and his family and who is what's happening in his life and what kind of support we can provide.
Yeah. I'm more interested in once you do have that discovery call, not so much how do you find your clients, because I think as you said, it's referral based. And if you're doing a good job for one person, they're going to sing your praises and tell their friends.
Sing your praises. Love that.
But let's say someone is going to a hotel for the first time, what are some of the questions that you will have asked or understood, maybe from that discovery call, maybe from just talking with them, that you then relay, for example, to the GM of a hotel to make sure that experience is exceptional?
Yeah. So I do travel extensively and I have visited a lot of hotels.
Yeah.
So a lot of times if they come to me for a recommendation, I would probably be able to tell them which ones and the pros and cons of each property. Like this is iconic, but this is brand new. It's like, and this is more young and hip. This is like for family travel. However, again, because of their lifestyle, they kind of know where they want to go and where they want to stay. So it's a lot of times they tell us where they want to go and we just help them to arrange everything smoothly.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's less likely that you are guiding them to the right property?
I say both. Like
both. 50-50.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of times they say, my friend told me this is the best hotel. I want to stay here.
Yeah.
And we just help them to book, negotiate a rate or get extra perks for them.
Yeah.
There are occasions when they want to go, it's last minute, and when the hotel is sold out, then we can use our relationship and help them to secure a room. That's like,
I think that's a great example of what people might be surprised about when you think about a travel advisor. You can negotiate a rate, right? What you see publicly on their website or on Name Your Travel site is not what you may end up paying, right? Relationships count, relationships matter. And that's where I think you provide a lot of value. Just like if something's sold out online, it might actually not be sold out.
It might not.
For the right person.
Because the hotel have some reserves for the VIPs.
Sure.
Like you have to get access.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. We were talking about access where you provide a lot of value. We were talking about, do most people come to you knowing what they want?
You came back already.
Okay,
yes.
great.
Okay. So they can book this online on the hotel's website, on MX Travel, on Expedia, where there's a lot of, but hotels prefer to work with us too, because if you book through online, they don't know how to make this trip special, give them a special experience when they stay. But if we book through that, they will come to us and say, hey, what can we provide? Is this an anniversary? Do we need to provide a bottle of champagne or some flower petals? And then we can tell them, hey, my client like this. And then some client, they want the GM to be at the front door to, welcome them. And so they get the, VIP treatment. And the hotel is happily to provide to make sure the guests of this caliber gets their deserved treatment.
And that's worth it to them to pay commissions to you because they have a higher likelihood or higher chance of providing an exceptional experience such that that client becomes a repeat client, hopefully over and over.
Yes. So using an advisor to the client doesn't cost more.
Right.
Because
that's an important point.
That's a very important point. It's the same price or even better price through us because we can negotiate. Yeah. If it's those top suites, normally we can negotiate a little.
Same with real estate, like people think for a rental, for example, people think, oh, a rental, the price you see on Street Easy is what it is. But, for some of our clients, if we're working with them on a $40,000 or $50,000 a month rental, when you're spending more, there's more to work with and there's more to negotiate. And lots more things are negotiable. I would bet that it's similar.
Same. Like standard room.
There's not much you can do.
No.
Yeah. 1 bedroom apartment in Brooklyn, not much you can do. But if you're looking for
the price you have to pay.
Yeah. So that's an important point that probably people don't realize. Yeah. What are some of the trends that you are seeing this year? We're in mid-February as we record this. I think this will probably come out in early March. But what are you excited about? What are your clients excited about? Where are they going?
So my most exciting travel plans for the clients are safaris. Like to Africa to see the animals close up. They love that. It's like a very special experience.
Yeah. Is that, safaris have been...
It's been, it's like the
popular.
Really,
is it different now?
Is it different now? I think it's, nowadays the high-end travel really is very luxurious. The price, including the price, is like, I think it's 2-3 times more than before COVID. So
why do you think that is? Why has there been such...
I actually don't know. I've been wondering that too. I think it's because the rich got richer.
Yeah.
And then
the K-shaped economy.
Yeah. And then the K-shaped economy. And the demand is the demand is much higher than the supply. So they can just drive up the price. Like really like 2-3 times higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do you think they're getting with that price increase? Do you think they're getting more value?
Debatable.
Mm-hmm. Where are they getting more value and where are they not?
They're getting more value as they can experience that, they can access that, they can go there if they have the means to afford that. But again, the same thing 2-3 years, 5 years ago was half the price, 1/3 the price.
Half the price or 1/3 of the price for the same experience, or as the price increases, are the experiences also getting better? Just my question. Debatable. I would imagine that insight, telling a client this is not worth what they're asking.
Oh, no, I won't tell them that.
You wouldn't.
That's the market price. But sorry, back to your question. I think now people are going for experiences.
Yeah.
So to Antarctica or to like safaris or super luxury cruises like Ritz-Carlton, and now even Aman Four Seasons are coming up with their own cruise ship,
which I bet would bring people into cruising that would never consider it.
It's not your.
I'm going to admit something. I've never been on a cruise, and up until a couple of years ago, when I saw like the Ritz-Carlton coming out with their ship, and even some of the smaller like river cruises in Egypt, until that perception changed for me. And I think even though I haven't been on one yet, I would be open to it because the thought of getting on a ship with like 5,000 people and it being so impersonal in these small cabins, there's just zero appeal.
The Ritz-Carltons and all the Four Seasons are mine. Will not be like that. They are like only 300 plus rooms, like a proper hotel on ocean. And those Egypt, Nile rivers cruises are super nice too.
Very, very nice. My question earlier was, if a client comes to you and they're deciding between two properties or two places or two experiences, you've experienced both. You know that one has just gotten more expensive without a lot of value, incremental value. Would you tell them, don't do this, do this?
I think it depends on the client. Some clients are not price sensitive. Whatever they want to do, they just want to do it. And if I'm providing the market price, they can accept that. But some clients are, this is not a good deal, then I can do it later. I might as well do the same kind of experience, but the price is not gouged.
What I found with our clients in real estate, it doesn't matter how much money they have. We work with our fair share of billionaires. Well, not necessarily a good deal. It's, am I getting what I'm paying for this, whether it's $10 or whether it's $10 million, is what I'm getting in return of value to me?
And how do you define that return value?
Well, it's subjective to the client, but I think in some cases, like in real estate, there are some metrics that we can help them use to do that calculation. So if we're talking about, price appreciation or what the market is saying this property is worth, there's some hard data that we can point to. But above that, it's very subjective to them. Some people want to buy something just to say that they have the highest unit in the most luxurious building in Manhattan, or Los Angeles or London or whatever it may be. The status factor is very important, and they're happy to pay a premium for it. Other people who have the resources could care less.
Yeah, I had a client, the Burj Arab hotel, the sailing boat hotel in Dubai. Yeah, like first 20 years ago was like first 7-star hotel. They self-claimed.
Oh, they self?
Yeah, there's no. I mean,
isn't that convenient?
The top star rating is 5.
Yeah,
they just said we are a 7-star.
We're going to trade 7.
We're like the one and only in the world. Anyway, so some clients stay there. Some client came to me and said, my dad wants to stay there. He has to stay there because his friends stay there, and showed him all the pictures or whatever. So it's like we have to stay there. I said, okay, sure. Even though back then, when this was, there were other hotels just as nice or even newer than that, but they just want to stay there because that's the only self-claimed 7-star hotel in the world.
It's FOMO.
It's FOMO. It's 100%.
FOMO is a very powerful force in business and anything, and friendships, and people. I don't know. It's human nature, I guess. People want what they can't have.
People do want what they can't have, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So safaris are a big trend. What else are you seeing, both from your own travels or what clients are asking for?
Let me see if I can paint a picture of experiential travel.
Please.
It's about how you feel after during the trip and after the trip. So even the same property or same trip, how you plan and how you make everything smooth, or everything's like you don't have to. There's no worry, no friction. You take all the frictions away. That's what they come back with, a good memory or average experience. I think that's the difference. But I don't know how to explain that in details. it's not the itinerary, and it's not I maybe so working with our clients, if there's something happen, things do happen on trips, they know that the team is there 24/7 and we'll take care of it. If this restaurant somehow, messed up the reservation, another reservation will be ready, very immediately. Yeah, that's what I want to share.
With the advent of AI, I feel like it's like, how can we not talk about it? It's like digital,
about AI, yeah.
Even if you're not using AI, you say that you're using AI. But I mean this very literally. There are a lot of travel companies, not necessarily working at the ultra high end, but pricing, for example, has become incredibly automated from large airlines. They're sensing who is looking, how long you've been looking, where you're looking from, and you're getting served a different price for the exact same flight than someone else who maybe has a similar profile. So do you worry at all about that? And this is part two of the question. Are you employing AI at all in how you serve clients so you can serve them better?
So first question, I don't really like that model because I think that's like ripping people off. In a way, like
the pricing.
Yeah, the pricing, like dynamic pricing, whatever they call it. Like, this is sender. Okay, more people are checking, we must mark up the price. And if less people are checking, we, decrease the price. I don't really like it. But, that's the name of the game. So I also have to participate and anticipate. Yeah, that's the first question. Second question was AI. Yeah, we do. My team, everybody has a paid ChatGPT account, so they can. Everybody uses ChatGPT I do on daily basis, not just ChatGPT, any kind of AI. However, the human touch side, it hasn't been able to replace, at least for my business, like a super white glove, high touch.
Yeah. But
back end, we use AI to help out to be more productive, more efficient. Yeah. And one more. And now we are implementing new AI can analyze the data that we have, the chat history that we have, and maybe proactively inform us that, okay, this is what the client, or this is what they did in the past, and what their preferences are like, and maybe we can propose this or that. Just helping us to analyze the data that we have.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do.
And is that helping your advisors react quicker?
Yes.
To requests.
Or send a proposal, or send an itinerary. AI is super helpful.
Yeah.
Again, but if you ask AI to give you recommendations, I don't know how they pull up the algorithm, but sometimes it's a hit and miss. Just like, AI sometimes hallucinate.
Often,
yeah. Often. So you have to double check your facts before you propose to the client.
And if you don't know your industry or your work, you don't know what to look for.
Yeah, then you just propose whatever.
And you just propose whatever.
Sometimes you hit
And listening to you talk about the high touch nature of the business and how AI can help, it reminds me a lot about our real estate business and how we operate. In many ways, it's a very antiquated and kind of manual business, yet we're certainly not immune to the effects of AI. But
tell me about AI in real estate nowadays. By the way, should we talk more about? Should I engage questions and back to you? It's not always about me. Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me about how you use AI in your business then.
Similarly, it helps with marketing a lot.
Tell me more.
So, for example, if we're creating marketing collateral, whether it's via social media, print advertising, which funny enough, it's still, Canva is a great example of a tool that helps. But all of these tools are operated by a human. So we have not gotten to the point where, let's say, an email comes in and about an idea for an event, for example, and automatically Canva has produced a full suite of invites and copy. And I think that's because you need to have a human who knows what the desired output is there to guide this AI along to get what you need.
Do you think in a couple of years this might happen?
I can't predict the future. It's hard for me to imagine, and I'm speaking strictly for real estate, that with such large purchases, you can take a human out of that equation. There's a lot of data that is part of pricing, for example, which is a big part of how do you go to market with a property or how you negotiate a property. But there is so much nuance, and you need a high EQ to be able to sell a property and paint a picture of why someone would pay X, right? And yeah, you're working with, in some cases, on a really complex transaction, maybe up to 15 different service partners, attorneys, accountants, financial planners, everyone, title people, insurance, to get this deal done, whether you're on the buy or the sell side, or even rentals. Some high-end rentals can be just as complex as a sale. Again, the more you're spending, the more negotiating and things that you have to work with. So the human touch is in some ways more important now than it's ever been.
I want to add something. We make decisions. The emotional overtakes the logic. Like you can say, okay, this takes this, but at the end you buy something else because that makes you happy. I think both our business, if they like working with you or working with this advisor or this, what do you call you guys, agent, that's the magic of human, because they just click with you. The chemistry is right. You are a nice person. That you're trustworthy to them.
Yeah.
That's what I think AI cannot replace.
Yeah. I think people also want to work with, we're social beings. I think we talk a lot about AI, replacing everyone. And yet I think one thing the pandemic showed us is that humans continue to be social beings. They crave human interaction. I use the example of personal training, right? You could go and get your own personal training program on ChatGPT or Gemini in 2 seconds, right? But what's going to actually make you show up is knowing that your trainer is going to be waiting for you there, being like, "Hey, Wayne, where are you? It's 8 a.m. It's time for our session." And there's some accountability there, but there's also a relationship that's built. And at the end of the day, life's about relationships.
It's 100% agree. They all came out with those mirror workout thingy. I don't think it's popular anymore.
You're right. I remember that. That was popular for...
And Peloton was super crazy, and now it's like, whew.
Peloton, so many pandemic era virtual
workout.
I think the future is not,
it's hybrid.
It's hybrid.
Yeah.
New York has been leading the way in terms of return to office. The occupancy rate. What's that?
You bet. A lot of companies are calling everybody to come back. Yeah, no more working from home.
No more working from home, or just less.
Much less.
Much less.
1 day a week maximum.
Yeah. And those movement patterns are showing up in
do you know why? Can I ask you, do you know why are they doing this? Do they see like lack of productivity, or do they...
Lack of productivity and loss of...
interaction, I don't know, connection.
Yeah, connection and culture.
Now, from after summer, it's 1 day a week only. You can work from home.
Yeah. I think that's pretty common these days. And it's to build a culture. Ultimately, culture keeps people at the company, right? Like you want to feel like you're a part of something bigger than yourself. And if everyone's...
So my company is 100% virtual from day one. Pandemic I didn't need to change anything because everybody's... besides, there's no travel activities happening in pandemic. Yeah, but I think there's a way to work.
I agree. I know people who have companies that are also fully remote, and they really swear by that. Yeah. But I think the difference is that they're more intentional than ever, and they know that they have to over-index on culture, whether that means getting people together in person every quarter or allocating time and resources to building culture as a company, bringing people together virtually or in person. I think that the through line, the thing that's important, whether you're remote, in person, or a hybrid of the two, is where are we allocating resources to build culture?
Allocating resources doing good. Yeah.
What's the culture at Champ?
We have our core values. It's get it done, empathy.
So I want to pivot back to travel for a little bit. And how are you working differently with clients, or what are your goals to stay competitive? There are lots of other travel advisory businesses, particularly at the high end, because it's relatively lucrative.
Yeah.
So why are you different? Why do people work with you versus others?
So, an interesting fact about my company, it's founded in Hong Kong. And I think majority or maybe 100% of our employee or staff team is Asian. So I don't know if we can air this later, but let me just say it. You know, so we are proud of Asian hospitality. If you haven't been to Asia before, you know, you do get little different service than
They're known.
Asia
is known for its hospitality.
Yes, I think that's the difference. We are humble and always serving the client. It's not like we're equal. We're like, you know, we're serving. You guys are the VIPs. We are there to make your life better.
Yeah. Say that one more time because you have to like.
Asian hospitality, we are servers to our VIPs, not equal, but, you know, this is like, we treat our VIPs very at with high respect. Yeah. And humble. I think this is what, like, the company is 100% Asian. And people are super nice and
No, I don't think there's anything to be bashful about. There's a reason why people flock to Asia for the incredible hospitality.
I say the example I will use is like American carriers. I don't know if everyone can air this. American carriers, airlines, yeah. United, AA, Delta, and then if you compare with like Singapore Airlines or Cathay Pacific or Japan, you just cannot really compare. Don't know if I can air that.
It's night and day.
It's night and day for sure. It's just the mentality, the attitude. It's just so different.
Well, again, it comes back to culture. Yeah, I think the culture that you build comes from where you are based or where your origin story is, and for Asian carriers like Cathay or Singapore, ANA,
even the Middle Eastern ones are great. Yeah. So that's the difference. That's one of the differences I think
So what do you do if your clients have no choice but to fly an American carrier if they're flying commercial?
We just lower their expectation. I think they do. They fly and they've flown enough. They know. They know.
They know. Yeah. Post-pandemic or during the pandemic, have you seen more clients either opting, despite the expense, to fly private and or have different security concerns?
So a lot of my clients fly private, like exclusively. So they don't like to be with too many people, go through securities and take off your shoes and be treated not as VIP like. Yeah. But but this is on like short hauls and domestic flights within Europe. But from like Europe to US or to Asia, they still prefer to take commercial air because it's a bigger plane for that long journey.
Right.
Yeah, but they were like from New York to Milan, to Italy, there's a lot of carriers, but they would pick Emirates. However, Emirates has that route and they have first class.
The fifth freedom flight.
Yeah. So, the first class of Emirates, you can take a shower. Yeah. It's just different than the US carriers.
Are there different security concerns that they have now? Is that a big part of what you do? Or do your clients typically have other service providers that help evaluate for any of their trips or their travels, their movement?
Some clients will travel with their own security. So we have to book a lot of times the presidential suite and all the rooms on the same floor. Sometimes I have to book the room below the suite. So there's no way to, and all the walls adjacent to the suite You have to block those rooms, so nobody can have access to break into the.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we do book for the client entourage, including security assistant, chef.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Butler.
Have security concerns changed?
When you say security concern, do you mean like kidnapping or?
Yeah, the world is a wild place. I think it's maybe it just feels this way, but I think it's gotten crazy.
Depending on what industry they're in, like some crypto entrepreneurs that may require like a security, but other CEOs it's not a big deal.
Yeah,
there's no threat.
Do you see more clients living a 2 or 3 city life, meaning they're moving between 3 places, maybe spending equal amounts of time in each, and that is their core setup.
Summary in one place, in New York for business or for entertainment, for more like having a life, and then winter St. Moritz or somewhere else. Yeah, they do that. Whistler. Yeah, they do. Majority of them do that. They have multiple homes in multiple places.
So on the concierge side of your business, which I know is integrated, does that present a challenge for you trying to create a consistent experience for them wherever they are?
Do you mean when they stay at their own places in those areas, or when we have to book? Yeah,
because there is a element of they need anything in the world wherever they are. They're gonna.
Oh, I see you. Okay, yeah. So the popular places that my clients go, we have like the people that we work with for over the years, so it's not a problem. A new destination takes a little time to build up the network for is that your question? To give them the consistent experience and service. Yeah.
The reason why I was asking that question is because what I've seen in real estate is this trend of multi-city living where people want the same experience they're having in their apartment in New York, their apartment in Miami, their country house in the Cotswolds. They want everything to be consistent, no matter where they are and when they're there. So how that plays into real estate brokerage and advisory is, forming relationships with different agents across the world, whether it's Singapore, Dubai, or London, Los Angeles, who understand that type of lifestyle and can be good partners in helping to identify properties, whether it's for sale or rent, that can deliver that.
Yeah, when you say consistency, you mean the type of properties they stay, or
it could be the type of property, meaning a house for a condo, but more so I'm talking about lifestyle factors. So as an example, a big trend that I see more and more is wellness. People valuing their health as the highest form of wealth.
It's very true amongst my clients.
And that can dictate where you choose to live, right? Access to great healthcare, access to longevity treatments, for example, but it also can factor into what they want inside of their house or how a property may be designed. So, for example, one of the biggest trends that I'm seeing right now is biophilic design, bringing the outside in. And I actually just came back from a trip to Medellin yesterday, and I saw that in many properties, particularly some of the new higher-end hotels that were popping up. They were really leaning into biophilic design, health and wellness, longevity treatments.
I don't know that word.
Biophilic design is it's bringing the outside in. So bringing the feeling of nature inside and blurring the lines between the two.
And how do they do that?
So it could be the creation of the common spaces in a hotel are fully integrated with the outside.
Okay.
And the way that the landscape design is created to produce this calming, pleasant.
This is more in the resort town, or this is also in the city? They are doing that.
It's happening everywhere. But these trends in travel are translating into trends in real estate.
Yeah.
And it's getting harder and harder to distinguish the two. I think where people choose to live and, the means that they get there, they're all interconnected.
Yeah. So speaking of this wellness, a lot of my clients do go to wellness retreats, like a clinic in Switzerland for a week for like a detox program. And a lot of them are like really, really into biohack. That they sleep at super low temperature, and they have all different kind of machines that we need to purchase for them. And some wanted to join like Brian Johnson's I Never Die Summit or something. We get tickets for that. So yeah, they are really into longevity.
Yeah. I think also when you're moving, when you're traveling often, health and wellness and longevity becomes more important because it's harder to feel good when you're constantly moving. Plane travel does have an effect on the body. Doesn't matter if you're traveling private or commercial. Like you're still flying through the air high in this,
and you're out of your routine.
You don't have potentially access to the same foods or the same exercise, gym, whatever it may be.
So again, my clients bring their trainer and their chef with them, just so they have consistency. Yeah.
That trend is everywhere.
So who are your clients, Momo? Like, what's your demographic of your clients?
We share the same type of clients that you service, and that people are global citizens. They're mobile, discerning, discreet, and they know what they want.
Where do they go?
They are in New York. They're in London, Miami.
Did you know, fun fact, travel business, hotels, 50% of the business comes from New York. Not from Europe, not from anywhere, but New York is their main.
Yeah.
So they have a sales team just for New York. Yeah.
The pipeline, meaning the amount of people who are living fluidly between New York and Miami has grown significantly, particularly since the pandemic. But even newer destinations where people are being more adventurous, places in Colombia, Brazil, South America, because the standard of living is catching up to the rest of the world for a lot less.
Like New Yorkers would get a place there.
Yeah.
It's a second home, third home.
Exactly. So Costa Rica.
Okay.
That's a big one. Places in Colombia like Cartagena, Medellin, where I was just at, Brazil, Sao Paulo, or Trancoso, places like that, because access to the world has gotten so good, right? More flights to more places. It makes the world smaller, and people are more comfortable living across borders.
They go there to experience different culture. They have business there, or why do they want to?
Either and both.
Or
families. Some people, they love New York, but they also want their kids to experience growing up outside of a city environment. And maybe that's more to them than just having a place in the Hudson Valley or the Hamptons. They want something totally different. If you have a multicultural parents, maybe one half wants them to learn a language and experience growing up with relatives, so they spend summers in a different country. And maybe because of that, they also decide that they want to purchase a property there, something like that. So in general, I would sum it up to say that the world has become a lot smaller, and people have become a lot more comfortable living in multiple places across the world.
Yes, more like a global citizen, more worldly.
Yeah.
And then why do people come to you for this, for properties?
People work with us when they're looking for discretion and the combination of a data-driven approach with the understanding and nuance of the personal touch. You need both in real estate.
Data and personal touch. You need to know your SHIT. You know your shit. You need to know your stuff, and then you need to
I know my shit. I know my stuff.
and then you need to be a nice person. Like people want to work with you.
Yeah, I talk about this with my business partner Joseph often. We both enjoy the real estate reality shows as much as the next person, but they don't do us a service in sharing what goes on behind the scenes. You don't open one door and suddenly have a deal that nets you this large number that you see on the screen.
You mean the Selling Sunset or
Name your
Green Manhattan?
Any of them. Name your show.
Do you watch those?
Of course.
And it was like, and is that how your life is like resemblance to your daily
Exactly
life?
that.
Exactly that, right?
It's very different.
Can I just say, when I watch Suits, do you know that series?
Suits, yeah.
And I asked my lawyer friend, is that why?
It's like, no, that's
not exactly.
Listen, what makes good TV and what's the reality in life is very different often, right? It's like we see relationships portrayed on TV and they look so exciting all the time. And then the reality of a relationship is that, you're getting up in the morning, someone's not in a good mood. That's life, right? It's not like they see it in the movies.
Yeah.
But people...
Back to you.
Thank you. People work with us because we have a fantastic track record of serving clients with discretion and looking out for their best interests, even if that means those interests are at odds with our making money.
That's so important.
We believe really strongly in building long-term, meaning decades-long relationships. Yeah. And if it means we lose one deal today, we're more than happy because we know that means in the long term, someone will come back to us. And ultimately, we want to build long-term relationships, not just as someone's real estate brokers and advisors, but as lifestyle advisors. And that's one of the reasons why I think relationships with companies like Champ is so important, because we really see our roles as kind of an entry point into how to get the best out of life. So whether it's finding fantastic contractors in New York or somewhere else in the world to create a space that's uniquely theirs, or connecting them with the team at Champ to curate an amazing experience for them with their family. Whatever it is, that's really what we do every day. So real estate's a big part of it. That's typically the entry point into how people get to know us and work with us. But then long term, they stay with us because of the value that we bring to their life in many areas beyond real estate.
Yeah, I just want to circle back. Like doing business is not always making money. Sometimes making them feel happy is more important. So my travel consultant or lifestyle managers, they'll have a certain amount of money they can spend. Like if anything goes wrong, just this is the amount that you can cover, no question asked. As long as at that moment the client feels heard, seen, and the problem is being solved.
That's great.
Yeah, and making a loss is no problem. Like you said, it's a long-term thing. It's not just one deal.
Well, and I bet making that decision in the moment, even though that means that you're spending money, you're probably getting that back tenfold by making a client happy and loyal.
Yeah, like a long time ago, a client was taking her son to, I don't know where to study. Anyway, the flight was delayed, so they missed the connecting flight. It's not really our fault because the flight was delayed. But it's still say, okay, let's book her a nice 5-star hotel for the night. And then, and I call, hey, remember to have breakfast because it's included in the rate before you go back to the airport.
Yeah.
So that missing flight became like a nice experience for her. And she later referred like a big client to me.
Yeah, you saved the day.
Yeah.
You made a poor experience into maybe not an amazing experience, but a palatable one.
Yeah.
And maybe slightly enjoyable.
It takes a mind off that.
Yeah.
The delay or the missing connection.
When I think about what makes me loyal to a brand, it's when they've saved the day in some way. A flight is sold out or a missed connection, and they somehow managed to make space to get me home in my bed. Things like that. I care more about, I value my time, honestly, more than, having the best food on a plane, because like time is the most precious commodity. So I'd preference an airline that
Delays less.
is more, as I know, is operationally sound. The less likely that things
What's
are going
the
to
worst? The best airlines in the U.S. that's delays the less, or
Delta's generally the most
Delta,
operationally sound.
reliable.
Yeah.
Okay.
And United's become a close second.
Okay.
I generally think that Delta has the better soft product, whereas United has a more consistent and better hard product.
Okay. And then American Airlines, just nobody talks about them. Okay. We don't have to air this. So JetBlue,
I think, has the best business class product in the U.S.
Yeah, flatbed. Mint.
But operationally, like Mint is great, but operationally they're struggling.
Okay.
And yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot more consolidation in the industry as well.
You think so?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
Particularly in the U.S.
Oh, okay.
So, okay, Wayne, so this was so nice to chat with you, but before you go, we're going to do some rapid fire.
Okay, let's see if I can do those.
Are you ready for these?
I am ready.
Okay. What's an impossible ask that you recently pulled off?
Oh my God.
And you can't repeat anything that you've already said.
I
can't reuse.
Get my daughter into Cambridge.
Get your daughter into
Cambridge University.
That's big.
Yeah. It's a rapid fire, no? So I don't have to explain too much.
You don't.
Okay.
What's something money can't buy, but the right partner can unlock?
Invitation to exclusive events. But money can kind
Access.
of buy it. Access, yeah.
You need relationships, though.
You do.
What's the number one green flag client request that signals someone has good taste?
They are not so price pinching or price sensitive. Very generosity. Generous people. Green flag, right?
Green flag for what signals clients?
They appreciate the service that you do, and they think the service deserves some compensation.
They see value.
They see value. Yeah.
They're not trying to nickel and dime.
No, nickel and dime is not really my clientele.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could go anywhere in the world right now, where would you go?
To do what?
Enjoy yourself, vacation, take your son.
New York City.
New York City.
I love New York.
I love.
I'm new here, just a few years.
Yeah.
Where should I go? Take my son. New York City.
No,
okay, no New York. No New York.
You got to pick something else.
Okay. Florence.
Florence. That's a great pick.
Yeah, I don't like Florence that much, but yeah.
You don't? Then why are you going to pick it?
Maldives.
Maldives.
Yeah.
What's your next trip?
I am going to Oregon next week.
Do you want to share why?
Sure. My second son is going to be born.
Wow.
That's
exciting. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Maybe the best birthday gift ever.
Yeah, but I don't feel much yet, but yeah, because I haven't.
We'll cut that part.
Yeah.
we don't want we don't want Christian to see that later. When you want to get an amazing experience at home, which right now is New York for you, where do you go?
I go to the gym and have a great workout. No, I cannot. Okay, one different answer. I go get a massage.
What's the best massage in New York?
No, I go to the Chinese one next to my place, like for $60 an hour. I love that.
That's the right. See, you're a true New Yorker. Yeah. That is the right answer.
Oh, I like to stay in my room and work the whole day and feel very productive. That's my best day.
That also feels very New York, but maybe not the most exciting answer. Yeah. Wayne, thank you. It's so nice to have you here sitting in for my co-host.
I know it's my first podcast.
You did fantastic. And, the thing that I think I took away from our conversation is just how connected real estate and travel are. Yeah. I think many of the needs, wants, and desires of luxury consumers are common these days. They want personal service, they want access, and they want an experience that stays with them for a long time.
100%. They want good service. They want somebody who they like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People like to work with people they like.
People like to work with people they like. Yes.
Well, maybe that's your because you forgot your company values. That can be the new slogan.
I'll
give you one last chance. We can re-record right now if you want to do
our slogan. Our company slogan is live the life you desire. So live life on your own terms. The life you desire, you can live it. And we help.
Champ Travel, live the life you desire.
Champ, live the life you desire.
Get that in the camera.
Champ, live the life you desire.
Oh, wow. The voice and everything. It's fantastic. Thanks for you.
Thank you.